Tongue control is a method that nobody really talks about. Coaches have hated on me for this, but I've seen it work time and time again in my singing community, through my videos, through my brothers listening. I know they listen, and I hear the riffs and runs getting cleaner. Mine too. And this method involves you being more aware of what your tongue does as you sing. So tongue placement, tongue movement, all of that to me is tongue control. And I explained that a little bit more in depth in this workshop that I hosted in Pocket Singers Elite. If you want to access more workshops like this and get more live feedback from me and from my team of coaches, you should consider being a member of Pocket Singers Elite. You can join anytime, cancel anytime, get feedback on your voice, also learn so many new lessons that you can apply to your voice, and get the proper guidance and the safe space to practice. We even have monthly talent shows, and we have karaoke themed weekends and practice rooms all day. Whenever you go in and hop in, most likely people will join. I even go there sometimes to help people out in my community and to maybe sing a little more myself in my little roadcaster right here. I really love this workshop, so I want to share it with you for free. I might get copyrighted, so please like and share this with other people that it might help. This will help you with smoother riffs and runs. Maybe you learn some vibrato. Maybe you discover something new with your voice after watching this video. So please, all I ask is that you subscribe and like this video and share it with a singer that needs tongue control. All right, let's get to it.
All right, this is my workshop with the tongue control. Yes, yes, yes. Just one babe for a moment in time, and it seemed everlasting that you would always be mine. Now you wanna be free, so I'm letting you fly, 'cause I know in my heartbeat love is not the sky. Cause you'll always be my baby, and we'll linger. Oh, whoa, night. Me. You'll be bad boy. Oh, yeah. Leave me, it's only a matter of time. Woo! Oh, yeah. Always be my babe. I will make a oh, baby. I will always be. You're never gonna shake me. Ooh. Ooh. Oh. What is everybody? Huh? I joke. If you're watching this and you're like, dang, where is everybody? Exactly. You'll always be a part of me. I'm part of you, thicker than me. Ooh, I gotta work on the bounce. Why we whoa, we why whoa. It's hard. Okay, hiya. I'm warming up. If you're watching the replay, warm up with me, please. Ha, 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 Ooh, okay, I'm gonna do it 1.5 times speed on school. Ha, 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 Hello, Uthman. Hi. All right, it's our one-to-one session today. It's just you and I, so whatever song you want to sing, it's just us, you know? I'm practicing my bouncy bounce, so if you want to do that too, let me share my screen. Allow for 1 month. Hiya, ya. Hiya, ya. So, stretch it out. So, let's get started, guys. You know, this whole month is about tongue control, and the first one is like the basics to tongue control to catch people up. I think this is going to be fun for everybody and myself. We're going to try to add speed to our tongue control, our riffs and runs. And so that's what the lesson here is today. What ways you can practically speed up your tongue movements. And I was practicing right now, so if anybody wants to warm up with me, I am using this from the 7-day course, the hiya. So let's do the slow one together, because like at the end, I want to give feedback for those who don't get in the top 10. So sorry, but I want to do like a quick lesson on speed of the tongue control and just give you guys a chance to work on it, and I have some exercises. So let's do this together. Feel the back of your tongue moving, okay? So wake it up, guys. It's early, I know. So do this. Yes, Anna.
So can you
Yeah.
teach us how your tongue looks like? Or show
Yeah,
us?
sure. So so let me read a comment. You've been binge watching tongue control last night. Great. Yes. So were you able to watch the last workshop replay on tongue control? And it's okay if not, Anna, let me know.
Last workshop last week?
No,
From
the last workshop, not feedback.
no, I couldn't
Okay.
remember.
So watch that first, and pretty much I talk about how the tip of the tongue is what hits the surfaces of your mouth to make like the consonant sound, like t, p, t, t. Well, not p, that's your lips, p, but you kind of tuck your tongue back. So be mindful of everything but the vowels when you are articulating. Like the tip of the tongue goes somewhere at all times. Da, ta, sa, right? The S's. and ra, 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 things like that, like R's. And the back of the tongue is what helps you with resonance and movement. So what you can try doing is sticking your tongue out. All right, okay, because we're not going to focus on the top or the tip of the tongue for this, but we want to feel the back of the tongue going like this. Like this is side view, like that. So we can try that, and I want to work on it as well. So I'm right with you guys. I don't have the best fluid riffs and runs. Like I wish I was as agile as people like Tori Kelly, who just literally speed run. I can't do that. So I've tried to find a loophole, which is this tongue control. And what we can do is like, and go, see, the tip of the tongue is not really moving. Oh, I didn't mean to raise my hand. But you can kind of see, sorry, you guys can see my tongue. I had breakfast, okay, so don't judge. I'll slow it down. It's not really going forward, it's just because I'm sticking my tongue out, but it's the back of the tongue that's doing this, like a rocking up and down. So it's like, you see the back? I hope that helps, seeing it. That's a controlled, like, vibrato. So it starts there. And what I hope that everybody does at first, I want you to exaggerate the sound. Because if you're trying to go straight to small movements, but you haven't taught yourself the big movement yet, or slower movement, you're guessing at that point. So with this haya, let's haya together. So it's ha, 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 And be careful too if your bounces, because the haya exercise, I call this also the bouncy bounce, like ha, hey. And we're going to do some exercises that's actually in songs. So ha, he, hey, ho, hoo. Try it in all vowels because you have to literally program your tongue. Like for my programmers out there and engineers, you have to teach your tongue and your mouth how to move so that you don't have to think about it every time. So that's what we're doing here. And so yeah, that's the haya, open, close. Let's do it one more time, but now I'm going to increase the speed because that's what this workshop is about. It's like more of a higher level tongue control. So definitely rewatch the replay if you're still struggling. Watch this replay and the last workshop where it's like the basics of tongue control, and do reps every single day. So And like, I didn't know I could do this on school, like where you speed it up. I haven't tried it. Like, let's do 2. Oh, it's gonna be crazy. And this is what in my theory, this is what I feel like the fast riffs and runners do for those clean, fast riffs, because you don't see sometimes their jaw moving for each note. You don't see anything else. But if you are lucky enough to see their mouth open, it's not the front or the tip of the tongue moving. It's the back because it's connected to your larynx. And you can actually feel your larynx kind of adjust and help you move those pitches really fast. So that's why I was putting my hand over my larynx here. You can feel it move up and down. Oh, too fast. At this point, it's vibrato. I actually like that for vibrato practice. So I don't know. I just came up with it here, guys. If you want to practice your vibrato and you don't want to do the A-E-I-O-U one, try the ha-ya open close at 2 times the speed. So that was actually cool. Let me try again. And this kind of helps you too, moving with your hands. It's like your little conductor for your tongue. Cool. All right, so that was like a little quick warm-up for everybody. Hello, everybody who are here today. And if this is your first workshop with me, Rob, welcome. Hi. It's so crazy because you saw me in high school. Now you see me through a screen. What's up? All right, so tongue control. This is also good, just a recap from last workshop, this is really good for those who have trouble matching their voice to a note. So you want to train your tongue to be able to stick you to the note, not slightly off, above and below the note, but right on the dot. I call it right on the dot. I don't want you to be singing, like, for example, for like each note is pretty much a syllable when you sing a song, right? And so if I were to go that interval C, E, C, if you train your tongue, if you sing these notes right on the dot, literally on the dot, tell me if you feel the back of your tongue move. It should. Do you feel it, Manny? I see you working it. Yeah? Okay, good. Add speed. That's the goal here. Now, some tricks you can do, open up more, or do the opposite. If this is making you slow, like, and it sounds weird, close it up a little bit. And I was going flat on the top note. When you're going up on the notes, yes, your tongue's supposed to go up, but make sure you support the note, okay? Because if you don't, you might go, you see it's clashing because you're right below the note. So make sure you have enough energy and air support, breath support to support notes that go up, okay? It's easier walking down in scales with your tongue than walking up. And I noticed for anybody like this is a little bit more advanced, when you're going up scale, what helps me is like pockets of air. So you guys hear that piano, right? Yeah? Okay. I'm playing C, D, E, right? I want you all to put your hand over your larynx. Do you feel the back of your tongue curl up? You can also kind of like pick it up physically. And as you go up, support it. Don't give me less air, like, you might go flat. So deep breath, everybody. Maybe smile on the top note to help brighten it up. And pockets of air, okay? This is what I mean. Ha, 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 ha. And then connect it. Ha, 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 ha. Each note that I'm kind of like floating a feather up. Ha, hey. So that when you add speed, ha, ha, ha. I'm still working on mine because going up is a lot harder than walking down. I feel like gravity plays a role in that. I don't know, just my theory. But try going down, which I have been doing so many times, called the 3-point run. Ha. Feel it come down, okay? Ha. You feel your larynx kind of adjusting down naturally. Ha. Yeah? Thumbs up. Cool. So those are the basics, right? We're going to practice with those 3-point runs, but now we're going to add speed. So tongue control and speed. Let's see if you guys can see this. Okay. So we want small movements and we want precise movements. Hold on. Honestly, we're just going to have to... Oh! Spoilers. I don't want you to get spoil alerts. Spoiler alerts? No spoilers. Okay. That's ghetto. We're gonna make this better next time. But number one, small movements. Because, like I mentioned in the previous workshop, if you were to draw, where's my markers? Okay, if you were to, like in math class, the distance for a smaller wave is shorter, so it's faster. These bigger waves, bigger distance, and it's a lot slower. Okay? Just understanding that concept, think about the movements of your tongue. If you move it so big, you're slow. Okay? And I know you're still learning the movements for tongue control, but eventually you have to do this enough times. And also, even if you don't feel like you're ready, sometimes I do want you to practice those smaller movements. And make sure it's not too small to where this is what's happening with everybody, right? You make too small of movements, it's pretty much a flat line. And then it's so smooth. It's like, ha, there's no ha, or ha. So never get to that flat line, because that's when, like for people who are working on vibrato, using tongue control, it requires a lot of speed and small movements. Yours are probably so smooth, like flat. Ha, where's my vibrato? Where's your tongue? Is it moving? So small, precise movements, and we could practice that by doing the exercise that I showed you here. And for those to navigate it and bookmark it, I want you to go 7-day singing course in the classroom. You have access to that. And it's all in the resources and exercises. Ha-ya, open and close. So I use that one. So for those who missed it, it sounds like this. That's the slow movement, right? So you gotta pick up the speed. And you have to kind of push yourself to do it. Another thing that might be hindering the small movements might be tightness of your muscles. So for everybody, since we're working on tongue control, I want you all to massage your jaw. Especially if you're like me and you clench up at night. Ugh, this is probably so tight, it probably feels like a bone. But this muscle, the masseters of your jaw, like if you want to know what it feels like, bite down. Pretend like you're eating some chicken. You feel that? All of us, I massage it every day. I try to. I open up and oh yeah. And you can feel it kind of sink in when you put pressure. Yes. Oh, it feels good. Now, why should you do that, right? I don't want to just tell you do this and then you're like, there's no purpose. Well, when you're singing riffs and runs, it might help you in one of these steps over here to get a little bit faster and more precise with your notes. So definitely when I massage my jaw, when I loosen that tension here, or if you have tongue tension, I don't think I've experienced that. I'm not so sure. But if you do, there's some exercises as well for that, like sticking your tongue out to stretch it. Now be careful with this, because when I did it, I felt like a pull of a muscle in the back. So go slow. And then touch the tip of your tongue to your chin. Try to touch your nose with the tip of the tongue. Your tongue is a muscle as well. side to side, maybe in your mouth, like you're picking food out your teeth. Ew, look at y'all. Just kidding. Oh, another thing. So we were working on this yesterday too for resonance, right? The tongue, it's like the way I visualize it. It can also block your open sound. Like if your tongue is raised and you don't know how to control it, you can't even hear, and my speech is like so loose, right? It also can block the resonance. So, because I don't know where to tuck it. Learn to move the tongue down with the jaw. Can you guys hide your tongue like this? Because when I see some people lower their tongue, they're like, okay, this is as low as I can go. And I'm like, that's a big tongue. But I don't think it's because your tongue is big. I think it's because you don't have full control over it, that muscle. Not yet, at least. So learn to move the tongue more. Lower it with your jaw. And you can mimic this by yawning, pretending to yawn, because that's your body saying, like, this is the best way to get in more air, because your body needs more oxygen. That's our mechanism. It's like when you hiccup, it's because your diaphragm is spasming. You can't control it. So when you yawn, we don't think about it. Your tongue shoots all the way to the bottom. Your jaw opens up all the way. Now your airway is so open. Wait, what's this position? Hey. And still, you have room for your tongue to move up and down. And I'm still resonant. Okay? So, I also think of it like, if your tongue, you don't know how to move it around or hide it, it's like having a small room, your mouth is your room, and you have a big couch just sitting in the middle of the room. It's dampening your sound. You're going to have to utilize that space. Move that couch, move that tongue away so that you have clear entrance and exits. Okay? So that's just a visual. I'm a visual learner. Next thing. Let's see if I can move this down. So I want to get to the exercises. Those are fun. So I've been developing this technique for a while, and I've learned some new things. This is ghetto. Okay. That's as good as we'll get. Okay, so number 2, it says head movements. So this is for speed and flexibility. I forgot to mention this, but for the small movements, it's for precision. It says precise. And don't worry, you're going to get the recording. We're recording this. So head movements. So some of my friends who are really amazing singers and really fast with their riffs and runs, I'm really paying attention to their body movements too. Your body is connected to your voice, right? And so notice their head movements when they're singing very fast riffs and runs. Sometimes they'll like let their voice move with their head. So it's like you're gonna reach a limit when it comes to small and fast tongue movements. The next thing is like head movements to get you singing a little bit faster. It's like that 1% of a push and a boost. Okay, this is all about speed, right? Because we want speed and accuracy. Don't matter if you're fast. If it's not accurate, it sounds weird. So, practice head movements. Don't be stiff. Some of y'all are singing riffs and runs, and you're like stapled and statued to the ground. And you don't let anything move because you're so hyper fixated on the tongue movement, which is good, right? That's the first part. But now we got head movement. So what I do sometimes if I'm going down on a riff, I'll like point my head down. I'll let it just guide its way down. It's like my head is now a conductor. When I go up, I even look up too. So try that side to side. And some people, I want you to look up to. One of my friends, he's been recognized by so many famous singers. And he's really fluid with his voice. He's Filipino, and I feel like his tone kind of is heavy like mine. So I see the way he still is able to sing riffs and runs really fluidly. I might have him as a special guest workshop one of these days. But check out when he sings, right? Watch his head movements. Oh, hey. It's like, it's that extra push for some speed, right? And so I was like, okay, not only him, but I see Tori Kelly doing it, Mariah Carey when they need to. So think about that. Now the next thing, oh, I don't need this now. Okay, yeah. Oh man, now it's bent. Now it looks weird. Okay, whatever. Good enough. Jaw movements. Why do I have this as number 3? It's because I don't want that to be your starting point. I don't want you to rely on this. Because if you have TMJ, you have strict movements. So it's like, does that mean you're doomed for riffs and runs forever? No. You can massage your jaw. Some people also, like, who have braces, they're limited by their movement. And I had braces before too, and I had to work my way around it, which I did these 2 things first. But now I'm starting to realize when you add jaw movements on top of the head movements and those precision with the tongue control, you go even faster. And it's because you're changing vowels with that. That looks like a J. Jowls. Changing jowls, okay? So, jowls. Jaw. Get it? All right. So, like when you're saying certain words, because most likely you're not going to sing it in one syllable whenever you're doing riffs and runs. Sometimes that whole word is a run, and you're going to have to shift and pronounce the word. Yes. So, and the last bonus thing is when you have a lighter tone and it's not so heavy, then you can go faster. And so the people, I know you're probably like me, you get envious when you hear these fast singers in TikTok or Instagram. And don't beat yourself down, because if you really listen to their tone of voice, their natural tone, usually it's lighter, meaning they have thinner vocal cords. So they just were born with more flexibility. And the way to explain that is like somebody who has a lot of muscle is heavier. They're not going to run as fast as somebody with less muscle. Both are athletic, but one is going to move faster because they're lighter. And so that's my explanation for that. But there's still obviously ways around it. To mimic that lighter tone, I feel like I'm faster in my riffs and runs when it comes to singing in a falsetto or a head voice. So, cool. Questions so far? Oh, take a picture if you'd like. You're going to get this as well, and I'll take a picture of it right now. These are ways you can add speed, because we want to sing faster and runs. That's what takes your singing to another elite level, right? And if you're still stuck finding the movements, then maybe this won't apply to you yet. Maybe just this. And once you feel comfortable, then this. Once you feel comfortable, then this. And this is just something you'll experience. Okay? No questions? Does that mean I explained it okay? Thumbs up? Cool. All right. So now we're going to look at one of my favorites, Mariah Carey and Tori Kelly, as examples. And we'll try to make this quick so then I can give you guys a chance to try this out yourself. So this song has a lot of fast riffs and runs, but we're going to isolate and do certain ones. And before this workshop, to get my voice to move faster, I was just literally listening and trying to mimic her technique so that I can pick up on speed and so that I would be warmed up and my muscles will be ready for this. So just a little bit like a little listen to this, how smooth and the transitions, the tongue control, it's insane. So let's start right here. You see the tongue movement? That right there, this is what I wanted to emphasize, because this is a type of riff that happens in so many songs. So I want to teach it to you guys to program it into your mind. So whenever you sing a song, you're like, I recognize it. It's usually this pattern, but with different notes. So listen to how she sings the word be. Too fast, right? You might think it's like, you'll always be. It's like so simple, three notes, but if you really slow it down, four notes. And she used the bouncy bounce technique. I call it bouncy bounce. There's probably an Italian word more fancy, but I feel like bouncy bounce reminds us of a basketball. It bounces, and I want your tongue to bounce in these notes. Now, when you bounce, the bouncing technique usually happens when it's the same note, because you're going, ha. It's like, ha. If I slowed it down, what I'm really doing, and you can see it through this visual here. Do you see this rainbow above it? I don't just draw it because it looks cool, but it's like there's a pit stop right here of a note higher than this that I want you to detour to, and then come back down to this note. So slow motion, like, let's see what note that is actually. So, you'll always be. So that's an F sharp. Oh, wait, no. Oh, I'm looking at the wrong one. Sorry. See, it's the same technique. Let's look at this one. That's just feeling. This one says B. So, same thing, bouncy bounce, right? I want you to detour. Do you hear how I go sharp a bit? And I detour right there, and I come back down. But I'm not fully stopping here. This is what I'm hearing with you guys who do bouncy bounce. And it's low key, adding an extra note. That's not, you're supposed to graze past it. So you're adding an extra note right here. B, B, B. We're not trying to stop here. B, we're trying to do B, B. Come back down. This is the important note that we need to hit. B. So try it with the word be. Be, ah, be. If I slowed it down, be, be. I'm not trying to stick to that note. Does that make sense? Because some of you are treating it like it's a be, but that's not really bouncing. It's just treating it as like 3 separate notes. B, and it actually adds more time. So if you're trying to do like B, B, ah, that's where the bounce needs to come in. And it happens here too. Happens in a lot of Justin Bieber songs too. If anybody of my guys are like, why do I need to learn this? I don't sing Mariah. Justin Bieber songs all day. So, looking at this, after you bounce, you're supposed to do a 3-point run. B, ah, ah. So, feel that tongue come down. The note's going down, the back of the tongue does too. Okay? So we're gonna try this together. Listen up to it. We're gonna do 0.5 times the speed. The trick here too I will put it, where will I put it? Can you guys see? This is my trick. You've probably seen it, my method for learning riffs and runs. You want to start off with 0.5 times speed. Do that for like, I want to say, in your own time, do like 10 reps to learn the melody and learn the notes. Then you want to go to 75 times speed. Again, to do 10 reps. And this is you exciting your voice, literally excite the muscles to move faster. And then you think that you'll go to 1 times the speed, right? No, I want you to go to 1.25 times speed on purpose. Do this for like, with breaks, like 15 reps. Make your brain, trick your brain into thinking that this is your normal speed, right? So I would sing this riff 1.25 times the speed. You can change it on YouTube. Do that 15 reps, trick your brain, then go back to 1 times speed, the normal speed. And what happens there, your brain's like, oh, this is slow. This feels slow. It's because you're training yourself to sing at this speed. Okay? That's the formula. And there's a lot of tricking in singing because you started out singing a certain way based on what you've heard in your entire life. And eventually you want to adapt, you want to change, you want to inspire to sound like this person, that person. And eventually you're going to have to make those adjustments. So that's my formula. We're going to try it with, let's start with this because this one's a little bit easier, I think. Because you guys know 3-point runs. I call it the bounce. First you bounce, B, B, then you drop, drop. B, 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 and then you connect it all. Make sure you have enough breath too, okay? So if anybody wants to try these exercises, feel free. It's just 4 notes. Where is that? B, 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 and we're not doing B, B, B. That's, you're separating it with air, okay? Only when notes going up, I feel like you can put some pockets of air, but you can go without. B, B, B. And then start off with that, and then we're going to add speed. Does anybody want to try that? It's just a letter B.
I hope you guys enjoyed that workshop. I love hosting workshops because I get to share whatever knowledge I got on a certain topic. I love the visuals that I have to put into it, and I get to hear people sing, hear their opinions in the comments. You won't be able to see it because it's a replay, but if you're there live, you get to interact with the community as well, maybe ask your questions and get answers. And yeah, I loved being able to hear my community sing and try out these fun riffs and runs. And if you did too, why don't you share some of that progress in Pocket Singers Free? It's free to sign up, free to join, free forever. And you can sign up today. And if you want to book a free assessment call for people who are serious about joining Pocket Singers Elite, but you just need the extra push, maybe you just need to know if it's worth it for you, you know? I don't know. You can book an assessment call, find that all in Pocket Singers Free, or if you already know, you're like, you know, after this video, I know I need to be part of this singing community. Maybe you already know. You're like, after this video, you're like, I need to be part of this community because I want to see a progress in my voice. Is that English? I want to see an improvement in my voice. I want to be able to move my tongue. Yeah. La. Whoa. Maybe that's what your riffs and runs sound like. You need to whoa. I don't know. But if you join, I will DM you myself. personally. And then I get to hear you sing, give you feedback. So maybe cut straight to the chase. Join Pocket Singers Elite. This is my baby. And I've met some of the coolest people on Pocket Singers Elite. And I get to work with a team of coaches that are just as passionate as I am. And they're kind of popular. They're popping off on social media. And they're very talented. So check it out. It's also on PocketSingers.com. All right, I'll see you there.